most Jenna Bell, as always. Welcome back. So we are going to be cracking into some more reviews this week. I will be doing a What Have I Watched binge, but I'm going to save that for later on this week, probably Thursday, just because I don't want to give you 2 in 1 week and have the second video be like 10 movies. So, but yeah, that will be coming this Thursday. But till then, let's do some reviews, shall we? First one up that I want to talk about is a first-time viewing for me. I gotta say, this year for first-time viewings for me, it's been really, really good. I've been getting to a lot of first-time viewings, which I like, because every year I always kind of try to get at least a few movies in that I've never seen before. This year there's been a slew of them, but one of them that I did watch within the last few days from Amazon Prime, kind of like an Amazon Prime deep find, called Nightmares. And this was from, I want to say like 1981, 82 or so, very early 80s. And let me tell you guys, as soon as I pressed play and started watching it, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be just one of those horrible, horrible movies. I really didn't think I was going to like it. But, surprisingly, I had fun with it. I'm not overly in love with this movie or anything, or even just, like, in love with this, but I appreciated this movie. Like I said, I had fun with this movie, and I think some of you guys out there, maybe not all of you, but I think some of you guys out there, if you haven't seen this movie, might have a little bit of fun with this as well. And let me tell you, something that I really enjoyed about this movie and really kind of got me, sort of how it was for me back earlier in this year with that movie Blood Rage, where same thing, I was not expecting anything out of that movie. It's one of those terrible movies, but the kills in that movie, very much like this movie in Nightmare, kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting it. I'll get to more about the kills in a few minutes, but kind of liked it. I liked this movie. So, basic premise of this movie, the best way for me to kind of describe it is American Psycho meets Jacob's Ladder or Brain Dead with Bill Pullman and Bill Paxton, kind of smashed together years before any of those movies were ever released and actually done well, basically. But no, it's about a young man, a patient who has been seeing a therapist, is on this experimental drug. Yeah, experimental drugs never work out. They never pan out. They don't need to have these freaking drugs. Just saying. But he's taking these drugs, and he has a doctor who's been monitoring him and everything. And, you know, this gentleman is basically classified, like, we keep seeing the doctor or whatever kind of scrolling through the computer and everything to see all the different list of symptoms and everything that this guy has. And this is like this long list. I mean, from schizophrenia to homicidal tendencies to these really bad nightmares to this and that. So just a slew of things, just perfect case, perfect candidate to try this drug and see if they can reverse all this and pretty much cure mental illness. Meanwhile, this doctor who literally doesn't know from his head to his ass to his foot to his dick. Swear to God, totally naive about the progress of his patient. He thinks his patient's doing well, he's great, he's no threat, yet no. Doctor is a moron in this, basically, but they do it in kind of like a funny way where it's like he'll say something and as a viewer you're like, not necessarily mad at the fact that he's so stupid, but you're just like, no, dude, no. Like, a character like this in a movie, I normally would be like, I hate this character. He's stupid. He's this, that. But in this movie, it kind of works just because, once again, it's a goofy movie to me. And, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they just intentionally made this movie bad because they knew it was bad. But it's a fun one. Like I said, it's a fun one, you guys. So basically, this patient, who I think is an outpatient, they let him, like, be a part of, like, the real world and everything, which I'd be like, no, he should be at least an inpatient. Just saying. But this patient pretty much skips town because he keeps having these very graphic nightmares and everything, and then it kind of just sets him off. He goes off and everything, and all havoc ensues. He starts killing and stuff. He starts seeing things that are very similar to his dreams, pretty much having deja vu. And of course, like I said, havoc ensues. He starts killing. He starts doing this, and the kills in this, as I was mentioning, kills in here, I was not expecting these kills. Like, some of these kills were actually pretty decent, but I have to give you a little bit of a warning. This movie, like I was saying, is a very low budget movie. You could tell they didn't really have a whole lot of money. So, you know, when this guy is, like, slitting someone's throat or something, you could totally tell it's a dummy and everything, but that kind of works for the just something about the special effects in this being so cheap. Just, it has sort of like a little bit of a magic about it. I think the reason why I like it so much is because the fact that it is so low budget, but it didn't really hold these guys back from trying to do some pretty cool kills and everything. They're like, hey, you know what? Yeah, it's not going to look the greatest, but we want to at least try our best and do something kind of at least cool. We don't want it to look completely freaking stupid. Like, they're putting effort into it. That's what I like about this movie. It's got a little bit of heart. It has a little bit of heart. So I'm just saying, I think it might have a legit heart in here at some point. I think. I don't know. But you guys, this is a fun one. Like I said, don't expect anything great out of this. I don't expect all of you guys to like this movie. I wanted to talk about this movie because I think some of you guys who may not have heard of this movie, like I know my girl Sarah 1228 had never even heard of this movie either. Like, she's one of those people, I think it would be 50-50 with her. Like, I could see her maybe kind of somewhat liking it, but probably more so than not, I could see her not enjoying this. And that is freaking awesome, dude. That's awesome if she doesn't like it. Like, that's alright. So that's what I'm saying. I think some of you guys would kind of enjoy this movie. Some of you guys would be like, oh my god, that's stupid. But you will have a fun time at least. Check it out if you want. Like I said, if you think you might kind of like it, this might be up your alley, check it out. For those of you who have maybe seen this movie, let me know what you thought in the comments. What are some of your favorite kills? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you kind of like me and it wasn't anything that spectacular, but you had fun with it? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, you guys, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.